Good morning, everybody. Welcome to pre-market update. Happy Tuesday. Let's start with Bitcoin, and then we'll go with Ethereum, and then we'll review major indices, S&P 500 cycle analysis, Nasdaq, and then at the end we'll wrap up with commodities. Please hit that like button, guys. Only takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up button. I will really appreciate that. So Bitcoin, what it is doing, this is daily live chart, daily chart, and you can see Bitcoin is touching this blue line, which is 200 simple moving average, break out above that, and now coming for a back test. All right, it's very important for Bitcoin to hold above this 200 blue line, 200 moving average, and let's see if it can close above that. A close above that will be very bullish. Also, like I said yesterday, it's a change in trend. You can see this is low, high, higher low. This low is bigger than, sorry, higher than this low. And then we made a new high. This high is higher than this high. So we can afford for again, higher low somewhere here. We can even go deeper if they want to put it deeper, or we can find support on this 200 simple moving average, and then we're going to go higher and eventually break this resistance. This resistance started in March. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So 7 months, and now it's October, 8 months of this downtrend. Eventually it's going to break out. All right. So this is a pretty much, I think this is a good entry yesterday and even now, if you want to buy Bitcoin, looking for a support to bounce. Also, you can see another indicator, PPO, still green line is holding above red line. We don't want to see cross. Okay, so we want to keep it holding, and then probably if Bitcoin going to bounce, it can turn upwards and then keep going higher. That's what we want to see. RSI is showing little weakness. It showed a red dot, so it's showing it's a time to be a bit careful, but let's see how it goes. I still have this under indicator showing it's still all good, and then this chart is in high time frame again showing a change in trend. So from my perspective, it's all good. CME futures has a gap, just to remember, there's a gap around 60K. So even if Bitcoin comes down to fill this gap, that's going to be fine. So worst case, it can still come down and then keep going higher. So that's still going to be a higher low before we go higher. All right. Ethereum is above most of the moving averages. The next target is, there are two lines here. This is 200 simple moving average. This is 200 EMA. Okay. So let's see if Bitcoin can now, sorry, Ethereum needs to break above these two lines. And usually this downwards move like that usually is gone supported by a parabolic move up like that. All right. So usually if you see a flat move down, usually it goes flat move up. You can see flat move up, then went down, straight up, down, and now it's going to go up. So that's what I think. Ethereum CME futures, there's a gap around 3000. That's the next target. And then there's a gap here around 3965. All right. So keep that in mind. And if I go to 1 hour chart, I don't, yeah, there's also a gap here around 2712. So that's going to be first target for Ethereum from here. This first gap fill around 2.68%. That can happen anytime. All right. And on Ethereum live market, again, also green line is above red line. I don't have red dot on RSI, so everything is looking good for Ethereum for a bounce. Okay, guys, that's it for crypto. Hit the like button on your way out, and I really appreciate if you're only here for crypto. SPX cycle analysis, we're in this declining phase. I said yesterday there are two possibilities. Now, first possibility is like a flat, like a flag. You can see this declining phase as an example. You know, you see we just did a chop around here, made a flag for 2 weeks, and it bounced. That's first possibility. Second possibility is a dip, and we can get a dip. There are two gaps here around 5600, 5665, then another gap around 5600 exactly. So two gaps. So if we get a decline next 2 weeks, we could go as deep as 5600, find support, and then bounce there. All right, so that's what I'm expecting. And on Nasdaq, same thing. Now there is a gap on the top on Nasdaq here around 20,369. That's still not filled. So, and there's also a gap down. So we're kind of in the middle. I feel like we are closer to this gap on top, and we're finding support on this 10 moving average green line. So we can bounce from here. Still, this is a change in trend. You can see same thing. All indices are showing change in trend. This is higher low. We can even find support and then go higher, or this can be even deeper pullback to fill this gap around 19,600 and then go higher. So regardless of how we go, looks like it wants to make a new high. All right. S&P 500 is even stronger. Like I said before, you can see it's above 10 moving average and making new highs. So everything is looking good. So let's do a side-by-side comparison and see what are the levels for S&P 500. You can see it touched the buy zone around 2 o'clock and then bounce. This is when Powell was speaking and it touched the buy zone and bounced. By the way, guys, if you want to know more about this indicator, click the YouTube icon button in the description of this video and then click the join button. And I will move you to Discord only group where I share these levels every hour with my subscriber. So right now you can see this one bounce. Nasdaq also same thing, touched it and bounce. Right now in the neutral line, middle line. So we'll see how it goes. And live market, and you can see still holding nicely above. All right, green line is still above red line. No indications are telling us that a decline could be coming. So let's wait and see. Seasonality wise, October first 2 weeks looking for a dip, but let's see if we get that or not. Nasdaq also in the neutral zone. Again, this is holding above this 10 moving average. Let's see if it's going to hold. Dow Jones is also, you can see bounce from the buy zone yesterday. Now, right now in the neutral zone. Prices above all moving averages. Very, very bullish. Dow Jones is keep making new highs. And you can see here, oh, this gap is filled. Very nice. So we can delete this. So it's still very bullish. Okay, above all moving averages price. This is blue chip sector looking very strong. And Russell 2000 also in the neutral zone. You can see right now here. And IWM ETF, this gap is still not filled around 218. So even if it comes back down, can fill and then bounce. All right. Hang Seng Index, China, very, very bullish last 2 days and just cooling down a bit after massive stimulus package. And let's see, this is very, very, you can see overbought, light green background, just went up like a rocket. And this is change in trend as well, so it can still afford to fill some of these gaps around 20,300, and there are more gaps around 18K and 18,195. There are some stocks which were like gone parabolic, like Alibaba and stuff. They could afford to cool down. I wouldn't be buying all these stocks here because they went up so high, so fast. You can see all the gaps Alibaba has created. This look like a blow off top, right? So usually the blows off top, you can see how here what happened. Went up straight up and went down straight. So this is like a rocket launch, and usually blow off top is like go high, low, and then make a lower high, and then we crash down. All right. So these two gaps I'm gonna fill definitely. You can see all Chinese stocks are like that, parabolic. Gotta be very careful here. All right. So all right. So let's move on to commodities. Gold. Let's look at. Give me a second. Here you go. Gold is bouncing from the buy zone. Still, I want to cool this to cool down. Very, very oversold with divergences. You can see PPO showing lower high, RSI showing lower high. Want this to cool down, bouncing from the buy zone. Silver came to the also probably the buy zone yesterday, bouncing there right now in the neutral zone here. Copper, copper is also you can see bouncing from the buy zone. All right. Uh, oil, oil is little weaker. Let's see if it really needs to hold this low. If it doesn't hold, then it's going to be another change in trend and it's going to be very bearish. Right now, very close to buy zone. I'm thinking somehow it's going to hold here. Natural gas, very, very bullish. Just cooling down. Daily chart is very bullish. Palladium, um, again, coming for a back test, breakout of all moving averages. Let's see if it can hold above this 200 simple moving average. Very important to hold, else it's going to be very bad. Soybeans in the neutral zone, price above all moving averages. Next target is here around 4, let's say 1140. Sugar also cooling down a bit after these parabolic moves. It can still afford to come down more lower, around 20,735. Wheat is building a nice consolidation below this 200 moving average, so it's going to eventually break out in my opinion. and con is also facing some resistance. Nice parabolic nice pull flag and now breaking out. It really needs to close above this 437 to be super bullish again. We'll see how it goes. Dollar is holding support. You can see holding this support and now bouncing. This is a nice support area, which is not good for gold and Bitcoin. So let's see if it's going to keep bouncing. It's going to be not good, but short term it's in the sell zone. So I expect some weakness. And lastly, VIX. VIX had, let's see, VIX. Here you go. VIX had a nice move. VIX can still go higher. There are a couple of gaps still not filled. 1461 and 14 and 15. So let's see if it's going to bounce. Uh, it can still go higher just because I expect seasonality wise next 2 weeks is going to be a little bit bearish. So let's see if that helps VIX to bounce. We'll watch and see how it goes. All right, guys, that's it for today. Hit the like button if you did not do that, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.